Welcome to How to Pottery and Crafts. I'm Vanessa. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool conch shell from hand building. You can make these any size. You can make them way bigger than this, smaller than this. You can glaze them, paint them, stain them, spray paint them, turn them into candles, use them as centerpieces, make them long, put your bath soaps in it. But I'm going to show you how to make these real quick and out of clay that you don't have to go to this clay store or order online to buy. So we've got this one here from Michael's. This is a terracotta, and I love this clay. And this one here is from Hobby Lobby, and I really like this clay too. I think they're from the same source because the one from Hobby Lobby tends to kind of explode a little more. You have to get this super dry, like dry. This one right here is really good. It's not as red, so you know, pick your poison on that. This is actually made from this. This is the clay that we get from Hobby Lobby. This is high fire clay. This fires between 5 and 10. So you can go up really high with this, and it's only $20, $19.99 for 25 pounds, and they always have it in stock. So I use this as a low fire clay, and it works perfect for it. But I also like using it for fill-ins, like when I'm making molds. This is for your next class, by the way. So when I'm making a mold around something, this is excellent kind of throwaway clay because it's so cheap, although I never throw anything away. But let's get into it. I'm going to show you how to pinch pot these super quick and easy, and I want you to make some of them and go to the community and show me. You know, y'all can take pictures now and go over to like the main page and post them so we can all see and kind of look, maybe get some new ideas. Maybe you got some new ideas for shapes. I can't remember who showed me how to do this, or I would give them a shout out, and I apologize if that's you. Say hi and I'll recognize you. It's just been so long ago I can't remember, but if it's you, let me know. Okay, so we're going to start with about a pound, wedge it up, and make sure that there's no air bubbles in it, and then we're going to split it in half, or just close to half. It doesn't even have to be half. Then we're going to take this and we're going to put it into a pyramid shape. I do that just by beating the crap out of it. There we go. Now we're going to take our chopstick and we're going to waller this out. Don't go too deep. Just make it big enough for your finger and your thumb so we can pinch it. And now the pinch pot comes in. Make sure that you keep it kind of smooth because it'll want to crack. When you pinch it in. Don't pinch it out. You don't want it flared. You want to pinch it in. Keep this smooth and make sure that you're not getting any thick areas. So you don't want it thin in some spots and real thin in the others. We want it to be pretty uniform. Okay, once we get our cone, flatten this out. Got it a little thick over here, so let's thin that out. All right, let's do the other one and make it to match. Good. It's a little bit bigger, but you're going to want that, and I'm going to show you why. So now we are going to score this with some water and go deep. You don't want this to barely scratch the surface. When we finally kind of screw these together, you are going to want it to have some place to go. You want it thick and you want it deep in here. You see how that is? Kind of looks furry. That's the way you want it. All right, let's do the other one too. Bring this in just by pushing in a circular motion around the edge. And that's going to make that fit really well. Okay, now we're going to add some water just with a regular paintbrush. We've already roughed it up. And we're making our own slip. Do not use slip that you've made for another clay body. It won't end well for you 9 times out of 10. And we're going to take these, we're going to put them together and turn it. Push and turn. There we go. See, it's starting to grip now. It's starting to grip. Now we are just going to take our little tool that we used and come down at an angle and close this in. We need this to be airtight so we can manipulate the shape. So no air. There it goes. I just kind of felt it close up on us. Okay, so now you've got a really misshapen spud here. And this is where this comes in to us making it the exact shape we want. I'm making one very similar to this one. A little bigger, little more bulbous, but it's going to be similar to this one. And this is the way it looked when it started out. We're going to tap and tap it into place. If you notice the seam comes undone, you need to fix that immediately and then finish tapping. I take a sponge and I just wash it. Give it a smooth bath. Once I do this, I do let it sit and firm up a few minutes usually, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to push on ahead. Okay, there's two ways that you can do this. You can use the chopstick, which is what I like doing, because that gives you this thin, delicate line going around. But there's something to be said for using the ruler. So don't use the ruler if you got this plastic little shelf thing sticking out. Use the other side, use the complete flat side, because this is going to make our deep, deep grooves. This is going to make our really deep, pronounced grooves in here. And it's really just a matter of what you like to look at. But we're gonna make that one like this. So after we let this sit up for a few minutes usually, we're gonna pick which end we want to go as up. And for this one, pretty much the same, but I'm gonna put the super pointy end at the bottom on this one. So we're going to take our ruler and we're going to start here and we're going to do it just like we would peel something, like you would peel an apple or peel a potato. Dig in and push inward. Do you see this shelf that's building? That's what you want. And you can do this all the way up until it's tiny on top if you want. So we're going to come around in a spiral. So we're going to come down a little, well, I guess almost a half really on this one. And then we're going to stop. Now, while it's still holding its shape and you still have all the air trapped in there, which is going to give you some resistance, let's clean it up a little bit. We're going to do our opening, and we're not going to make the big flap opening like on these. We're going to make the scalloped opening like the went on this. So to do that, I use chopsticks a lot in the studio in case you can't tell. I just do this. Come over, in, and there you go. Come in, down. You will have some smoothing to do, but you could hear and feel that air pop out of there. Okay, now if you want to put your little spikes on here and your design and stuff before you cut it, you may. Now that is thick, so what we're going to do is we're going to open this up just a little bit. Well, it's not as thick as it looks. Open it up, and then we're going to smooth our joints. If you can see that, the joint is still pretty rough in there, but we're going to smooth all of that out. If you can't get in yours because it's too small with your finger, then get a paintbrush. And make sure that it didn't pop through on this side, and it did just a little bit, but not bad. Okay, so to do the scallop design on this, we're basically going to use our thumb and our finger. So you're going to pinch pretty deep. Make sure it's as smooth as you want it before you do this. And we're going to pinch and pinch and pinch and pinch. You know, some stress cracks, come back, fix them, you're fine. There's just no rules when it comes to this. We're going to have fun. On around this myself, and then I'm going to pinch it again. And if you want the lines put in, I mean, like I said, At this point, your imagination should be going crazy, because mine is. I think about 100 different things I could do. And then I'm going to push that back in a little bit. Smooth this out. Look at that. Isn't that nice? This, the sky's the limit. Do some island or some tribal or some flowers. Use some stamps. That would be cool. You can do it all the way around. You could do it just on the front. Depends on what you're making. You can do anything you want. The stamps would be really cool here if you had some like seashell stamps or whatever. Now on this, let me show you. On this one right here, I used a half round, which you can get these about anywhere. And you just fill them with clay and you go like this literally, and it deposits what's the clay that's in it over here if you use a little cornstarch. And that gives these really cool kind of futuristic little knobs. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and do the spikes. So the spikes are made with just the same kind of clay. Just get your scraps. So now we're just going to take the clay and we're going to ball it up in our hands. Take your finger on one end, roll it until it's like a cone. Cut it flat. Roll it up in your hand. Take your finger on one end, turn it into a cone. Take your knife or whatever you're using, cut the end of it off of it to make it flat, and there's your spike. And score it. And being we didn't make separate slip for this, we're going to do it on the piece. So first we're going to figure out kind of where we want them. I want one here, and here you can make these different sizes or make them all the same size. I stagger mine. It's totally up to you. That's where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the water there. And I'm going to get this stuff primed and ready to go so it can start soaking into the clay. And we're going to basically screw these in. There we go. Yeah, this clay is very soft, so keep trying to keep it in position. We will smooth this out when we're done. Okay, to clean this up, we're going to take a stiff brush with a little bit of water in it. And we're going to come over and make sure that it's exactly the way we want it. Be gentle with it, but put up enough force that, you know, you can remove all the burrs and the finger marks, anything that you don't want in it. I'm leaving those because I think those look cool, but I wanted this cleaned up. All right, there is your prehistoric, it looks very prehistoric because these are so fat. There's your prehistoric seashell. You can do whatever you want to with it. So if you stuck around this long, congratulations and thank you very much. I'm going to give you just a little tidbit video on the next videos that are coming up. We're going to be making pumpkin molds, and it's not the way you think because you can't do this the traditional way. So I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 different kinds and sizes of pumpkin molds. This is for the fall, but I'm also working on one that I'm going to give you early for you makers for some really cool night lights. And for members only, we are going to be making high value lamps. They're going to be very tall table lamps with a zombie and his victim. They're going to be really cool for Halloween. So if you're not a member, go check it out. I've only got one tier, one level at one price, but you get every single thing. All right, I'll see you over there. Thanks.